Here we are.
Got a whole new setup here.
Really?
We put up a pegboard.
Okay.
So now the camera is onto the pegboard.
Oh.
So I can adjust it. It was all Alyssa.
How did you mount the camera on the pegboard?
Yeah.
There's a
Is it the IKEA pegboard?
mounting device. Yeah.
That you see here?
Wait,
This
sorry.
one?
Yeah, ours is white. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the camera, Alyssa got a special thing for it. I don't know what any of the terms are, but some mounting device that I screwed into the wall and stuff. And
Wow.
then the camera mounts to that, and you can sort of adjust it.
Does
So
Alyssa have a filming background in any sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she
does. Okay.
She went to USC for production, so she's
cool.
like, she's like, we can figure this out, and I'm just like, oh, we'll do it some other time. But finally, we got there.
Wow.
And she is taking and deserves all credit for it.
Wow, a mounted
That's
camera.
awesome.
What could the next decade of the Rights to Ricky Sanchez bring?
I'm just adjusting it easily. Look at this. Come on. I don't want to show you too much of my messy room, but this is what you get.
Wow.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
So exciting.
What a moment.
Unbelievable.
What a moment.
Love a good wall mount.
Yes, you got to have it. And so we're designing else. What other cool things? But the camera is like now a part of the aesthetic and a part of the design, which is pretty nice.
Putting stuff into the wall is one of those things. It's one of the house things that I will try, but I'm terrified of.
I'm kind of cooking these days.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of. We're building. We got a wall stuff is even though our walls are like weird or like and not well installed, and so sometimes things will be like that's completely even, but it's like, well, the walls aren't. So
Yes, yeah. I've had that before. You measure from the floor, and you're like, wait a minute, I measured this correctly. Nope.
Or they're just like not. It's not good. Yeah. What do you do? But we're trying to do a Murphy bed in here.
Oh, nice.
So we can you see what's that, Spike?
Mm-hmm. What's
like
that?
where it goes into the wall, and then you pull and you pull it out and stuff.
Yeah.
And building this is good. It could break me.
Are you building a Murphy bed from scratch?
No. Jesus, CJ.
Yeah.
Fuck. We've known each other for a long time.
CJ. What are
We've
you
known each other for a really long time.
building the bed?
The way you started to describe that story made it sound like you're taking on quite an
No. It's just
expedition.
the things are just like, okay, hey, you can do this, but then it's like if the screws are not or whatever goes into this, it's not perfectly in the right way, then nothing will work.
Yeah.
And so you have to just keep troubleshooting everything. It's like, this is screwed in too much.
Yeah.
This is not screwed enough, and you're in just so. Yeah. We're behind me is the in progress Murphy bed that will be hopefully cool because we finally got a king bed after fucking 11 years of being together. We finally
wow. What did you have before?
A queen.
Oh,
queen bed's fine.
Yeah, I love.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's not. I'm
Yeah.
just saying we finally did it.
I think
You
king
guys were
bed's almost too big. I feel lost on it.
I agree with that. So I was reluctant for a long time.
Yeah.
And Alyssa's like, please stop kicking me in the middle of the night.
All right, let's get to the show. Maybe that is the show. Maybe that was the show all along. On the show today, got to be honest with you, we have a bunch of stuff listed. Have no fucking idea what we're going to end up talking about. This is the longest off season of all time. It needs to end. They need to sign Grimes, play an extra game, get it done now. I can't wait for the season to start, and I don't know when the last time I felt like that was. Wow. The Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast is presented by Draftkings Sportsbook. Sign up for Draftkings Sportsbook by using promo code RTRS. Brought to you by LL Pavorsky Jewelers, where Rights to Ricky Sanchez listeners go and get engaged. MortgageCS, become a MortgageCS Ricky VIP at mortgagecs.com/Ricky. And Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, the official canned cocktail of the Ricky. Thank you to the sponsors of Bark in the Park this year, who are MortgageCS, LL Pavorsky, Scheib Vintage Sports, our merch partner, Surfside, and Barker Therapeutic Dog Beds. I have to order the t-shirts by Friday. So if you're thinking about joining the team, if you could join the team right now by going to rightsrickysanchez.com/bark, Park or see in the show notes. We've raised almost $6,000. We have a match up to the first $6,500 from Ricky listener Josh, so that'll get us to 13. But I want to raise $20,000. All the money goes to Providence Animal Center. Bark in the Park is October 11th. Always a great event. A couple weeks earlier this year, so we should get better weather. It's at Rose Tree Park in Media. Again, if you join the team, raise at least $50. You get the team T-shirt designed by Philly's own Olivia Smith. So if you could, again, in the show notes or Rights To Ricky Sanchez.com/bark. Perhaps after Bark in the Park, you can enjoy a cold Surfside. I know a lot of people are that have a drink like a beer or Surfside right after a race. Not me. I'm not that kind of guy, but a lot of people are. So maybe you could enjoy one of those when you get home. Reward yourself for 3 miles run and well earned, or just reward yourself for being a good person. It's only got 2 grams of sugar, or reward yourself for being a bad person. It really doesn't matter to me. 2 grams of sugar, 100 calories, tastes perfect, exactly the right kind of sweetness. Started right here in Philadelphia, Stateside Vodka did. So get it wherever you get your canned cocktails, or if you're having trouble doing that, go to drinksurfside.com. Without any further ado, you got to be 21 and please enjoy it responsibly. You got to be, now, without any further ado, Amos and the Chef.
We were right, y'all. We were right. Even when it went wrong, we were right. We was right, y'all. We were right. So say the name. Say the name. We were right, y'all. We were right. Even when it went wrong, we were right. We were right, y'all. We were right. So say the name. Say the name. Say the name.
Welcome to the Rights To Ricky Sanchez podcast. I'm Spike Eskin, along with a guy who you can look up on Thumbtack to help you build stuff in your home. That is one Mike Levin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just
Build
give
stuff.
I'll take 3 to 6 times longer than anybody else, but I'll do it.
We got many messages like this one after the last pod. And to be honest with you, I was a little embarrassed. I didn't think of it when you said it, but
Right.
I think we have to address it at the top. It's a very serious
No,
error by you.
This is the one.
Something you have to apologize for, I think.
That's right.
So this is from Ahmed. Hey, guys, I just listened to the latest episode. Mike was saying he doesn't remember any trade backs not working out for a team. Spike mentioned the Hawks trade when they missed out on Luka, but I think you guys are completely missing an important Sixers one. The Mikal Bridges trade.
Yeah.
The Sixers did keep the pick and drafted Mikal, but he was traded right away for 16 and a future first, which was used to trade for Tobias.
Yep.
Not sure if it counts because they did make the pick, but I think it's one of the more egregious decisions the franchise has made. I mean, it counts.
Oh yeah. This is an omission.
Yeah.
Our bad.
Yeah. If you didn't listen to the last pod, we were talking about, Mike had actually said that he, before the draft, he may have been a little, maybe too exuberant in the desire to trade back, and that if they got the best player at 3, Mike was a big trade back guy. And he said, as we were going back and forth about it, well, I can't think of any instance in which somebody traded back and regretted it. And I thought of the Luka thing.
You brought Luka, yeah, which is correct.
But this was definitely the most.
Yeah.
That was the example to bring up.
It's August, man. I can't be expected to remember anything.
No.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm with you.
But no, yeah, that's one. That's a big one. Would have changed the arc of the Sixers in general in history across the board if they just simply did not make that trade.
Yeah. Even if they ended up trading Mikal Bridges, by the way.
It's the ultimate got cute.
Yes.
Because I loved Mikal coming out of the draft. I had him super high. I also really like Zaire. And so the idea that they could get Zaire and pick up a first as well, unprotected, was very cool to me.
Especially when they were star hunting. Remember that was
Yes,
the
of
star
course.
hunting summer. Yeah.
But Zaire, man, we don't talk about Zaire that much aside from like, oh, how funny that, not funny, but like one of the bleak
Not funny
moments
but, yeah.
of him, like, having a sesame allergy and then the Sixers not knowing about it and then his career being derailed. He was a really, really interesting college player, both athletically and also like instinctually. He's a better passer than that kind of guy usually is. And it opened up the door for like, well, what else could it be? And we never saw it. And he was not a good enough shooter to like abide by what, to try to last all the, like, he can't really handle that much, and he's not as big as you want him to be if he's going to be like a power forward basically, or if that's his skill set, and just was sort of like.
Is he in the G League now? He's not in the NBA anymore.
It's been a while. I don't know. But he's not as big of a missed opportunity as Fultz, everything that happened to him, or Simmons like deteriorating and never improving in any specific area. But the McHale side of it, and also like how just interesting Zaire was as a prospect, to me at least. It got cute. McHale was the guy. He fell to us. He was right there for the taking. Philly kid. Mom worked for the team.
Yeah.
Filled a need and also had some interesting upside. Don't get cute. Just should have kept.
Yeah. And they didn't get cute this year. Well, maybe I'm sure they talked about getting cute.
That's right.
But, So we took about half of the Sixers Adam survey. Sixers Adam, who writes for Philly Voice. I figured we would finish it up. I did see Sixers Adam yesterday for the first time in a while.
Wow. How's he looking?
He looks terrible. I'm just gonna be honest with you. No, I'm just kidding. He looks exactly like Sixers Adam, just like when I saw him when he was 17 years old. I don't think he looks.
I can't imagine he will look any different from age 12 to 49.
Mid-40s. Yeah. I saw him at the Maury Ping Pong Shane Battier Take Charge event.
Okay, how'd that go?
Which was good. It was good. The Daryl was sweaty and playing ping pong the entire time. I'm trying to think of the Sixers players that were there. Adam Bona was there.
Oubre was there, right?
Oubre was there.
Which is slightly newsworthy because of the thing he posted.
The trade stuff. Yeah. Hunter Salas was there.
Okay, interesting.
And
that's him being like, please don't cut me out for my two-way. I know I didn't have a good summer league, but I will play ping pong.
Yeah, the GM's having a charity event. You might want to show up.
Yeah, you probably should show up.
And Janai Broom was there as well.
Okay.
So, and I did meet Kelly Oubre briefly. He looked in good spirits. He was dressed really cool, tie-dye shirt, ripped jeans, almost like. That
sounds like him.
Seems like we could, if I was 6'8", we could share clothes. Maybe. Wow. I don't know.
Did you pitch that?
I didn't. Laura Price from the Sixers introduced me. She said, "This is Spike." He said, "Spike, sick ass name." And they walked away, and then that was it. So it was a good event. I met Shane Battier as well, who still did not cop to any of the things defensively you wanted him to cop to.
In person, I can't even imagine how he probably copped to less.
Yeah, he didn't cop to anything, but it was a good event. Congrats to Battier and Daryl and Ellen Morey for the good event. And I met some of the students from the Battier Take Charge Foundation again this year. It's amazing to me how confident they are talking to adults as high school kids. I remember when I was in high school talking to adults that I didn't know, I would have been terrified and clam up very quickly, but they're all, I don't know, I was pretty impressed by it.
Really, that's good. It's good to hear. Yeah. I was always good at talking to adults because I'm the youngest of four, and I had.
So you were around people.
I was like I was an adult kid.
Yeah,
kind of.
All right, let's keep going here.
There's one. This is nothing, but because it's 2nd August, there's one story that I'll never forget. I was probably like 11.
Yeah.
And my mom. I don't know if my mom was there, but like I was very close friends with my friends' parents and stuff. It was all like we all like. As a kid, you're playing sports together and you're like eating and stuff. One of those like everybody and their parents are there type thing. It was at the swim club.
Okay.
And it was like a bunch of like women. I guess they must have been in there at that time, probably only around like early 40s, which is like crazy to think of right now because like that's close to my age.
Your age, yeah.
But at the time it felt whatever. And so it was like the first couple moms like along the line of this row of chairs were like my good friend's parents, good friend's moms. And so I like went over, like said hello, like kissed them on the cheek, like kind of kept going. But then in like sort of in descending order, were additional moms that I only like vaguely knew, but I had already started kissing each mom on the cheek.
So you kissed all of them?
And so I kissed all of them. I just kept going down the line. By the end, I was like, I don't know. We're just going to keep riding with this. I don't want to upset anybody. And so I sort of think about that all the time.
That's funny.
I don't know if it made as much of a mark for them, but I remember feeling pretty stupid.
Yeah, I can't stop now.
I can't just like pull up and like just do like 4 out of 6. Like I'm gonna finish it out.
That actually brings up a current thing I have in saying hello to people is I am now, it's maybe because of my job, but I've met so many people that I'm in constant fear of saying hello to somebody that I have already met before that I don't remember meeting.
Yeah.
Constant fear because there is some level of notoriety I have.
Whoa.
People will look at me.
Mr. Notoriety.
No, I'm just being honest about it. There's well, even for podcast stuff, they will look at you as if they recognize you. So that is a sign that you should also recognize them.
Right. Well, I do this thing. I did it last night with some friends of friends, where you kind of go like, we've done this before. Like I'm like sort of guiding them to match my energy of like, of course, hello, yeah, of course, right, no, for sure. Like it's that kind of thing.
Do you ever do the hey, good to see you instead of good to meet you if you're not sure? Yeah.
I'll usually remember face.
Okay.
Even if I don't. I'm pretty good with names, but last night there were a couple of people that I was like, I don't remember their names. But so I'll do the we've done this. We know.
I don't have a good face on it. I have a very deer in headlights face if I'm getting you recognize me, and if I don't remember it I give it away immediately. I can't hide it. The Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast is brought to you by LL Pavorsky Jewelers. Got this text from LL the other day. Just had a couple from the UK looking for wedding bands who grew up in Philly and Virginia area who are huge Ricky people. Worldwide advertising for Ricky sponsors. Tommy and Lindsay. So
that's nice.
What's up, Tommy and Lindsay? Going for wedding bands. I think it begs the question, why didn't they go for the engagement ring? But I guess that's fine. Whatever. I also met a gentleman last night who just got engaged, got the ring from LL, or yesterday afternoon, got the ring from LL in May at the ping pong event. Look, if you're a Ricky listener and you haven't gone to LL for your engagement ring and you are going to get an engagement ring, you have to go to LL. It is the rule. And most rules are not great. Some rules are good, some rules are bad. This is a good rule because it benefits you. You're going to go to somebody who is going to get you a great ring, who's going to give you a great price, who is going to make the process from beginning to end super comfortable, relaxed, informative, whatever, sexy, however you want it to be. That's how LL is going to do it. It's not like another jewelry store where you walk in and they pressure you and, try to get you to, commit before you walk out the door. No. LL does everything by appointment, so everything's laid back. Also, the other good thing by appointment is your first visit isn't a waste. What he's going to do is talk to you about what you're interested in, what your price range is, what you want it to look like. That way, when you show up, he can lay everything out in front of you, and it's better for your time, better for his time. Actually, if you don't even want to go to the store, you can do everything online too. Whatever you need, LL is going to do it. It's been at 707 Walnut for more than 3 decades. Over 450 Ricky listeners have purchased engagement rings from him. A star. If you want to make an appointment, give him a call, shoot him an email, 215-627-2252, lee@llpavorsky.com. A supporter of our Bark in the Park team this year, as always, supporter of Providence Animal Center and Mama T's Community Fridge, LL Pavorsky Jewelers.
You will not forget if you've met him.
No. Boy, isn't that true. He is distinctive.
That's right.
So let's get back to the survey, the Sixers Adams survey, which I think you can still take today on Sunday, game day. Obviously, the biggest thing in Philadelphia sports today is taking Sixers Adams survey. Mm-hmm. How has your opinion of Quentin Grimes changed as his restricted free agency has dragged along for months? Desire for Sixers to keep Grimes has grown stronger. No change. Have become less invested in the idea of the Sixers keeping Grimes. No change for me.
I think no change. I think we... It's just the length is just making me more anxious, but it's not making me feel differently about Grimes himself.
No, and we haven't seen, I think the only thing that could change it is if we saw a number requested from the Grimes camp that is out of the range that we are expecting. Quentin Grimes' agent is looking for $30 million a year. I think at some point, now it's not my money, but at some point, I think that might change the calculus of it, but we haven't seen anything like that.
Well,
there hasn't been any numbers.
No, there's been no numbers.
Isn't that weird?
I think it's been weird. I think that's why it's like the people keep being on vacation. Like, I don't think it's like contentious. I think there's like, they just haven't been able to, this is based on nothing, but I really think that they're just going to do it. And I don't know why it's not happening, but September 21st, man.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Well, so the
Stop
deadline,
playing ping pong and
the
do
deadline
it.
to sign the qualifying offer is October 2nd, I believe. So
Okay, so then
we only have 10 days left.
definitively we only have 10 days left.
Yeah,
That's right. I saw that as well.
Yeah. And that's the day of the first, because that's the day of the first Sixers preseason game, I believe, is the one that's in Abu Dhabi. I think they play the October 2nd and October 4th. That is my recollection.
Does Grimes get on the plane if he hasn't signed a deal yet?
No.
Even just as a friend?
No. If he hasn't signed a contract? No.
So then if October 2nd is the deadline, then you would think that if he's got to like pack, it might be closer to like September 30th.
Hopefully.
The actual deadline if he's trying to get to that first preseason game.
I guess what we should do is send the Sixers and Grimes our podcast schedule and see if they can align it with it happening 6 o'clock that day or something.
We should have been doing this a long time ago.
Yeah. Of the Sixers' 82 regular season games, how many should Joel Embiid play in? And Sixers Adam puts in parentheses, please answer in numerical form.
Numerical form.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Good job, Adam.
Most of them? Is that, I guess, what he's trying to avoid? I don't know. I'd be thrilled with 45.
45 would be great. I would love like 55.
53, yeah.
But
53 is the number I'd hope for. But
I would
45, I'd
honestly like as far as succeeding as a team and feeling okay about his health. If you were to tell me that he looks somewhere between the last 2 seasons of Joel, last year where he looked very badly, the year before he got hurt where he looked incredibly good. If you said he was right in between that and he played exactly 41 games this year, I would take it. I would feel happy about it.
So there's 13 back-to-backs, if I recall. So that's 13 games he won't play, right? So that gets you down to 69. So then you figure maintenance games, probably a 10 to 14 day something, and then once you get there, then you're in the low 50s, you're in the low to mid 50s. So, let's not do the thing where he wants to play in one specific back-to-back this year. Let's just make it a rule. He doesn't play in the back-to-backs,
Yeah.
Even if Nikola Jokic is the second game and they need to play the first game, like let's play the
Jokic game then.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Let's stop doing this.
Check off any members of the 25-26 Sixers you believe will be rotation caliber pieces this year. On the list are Dominic Barlow, Adem Bona, Janai Broom, Andre Drummond, Justin Edwards, Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre, Jabari Walker, Trendon Watford.
For me, it's easily Oubre, Edwards, and Watford. And then I'm not ruling out that Drummond looks better.
Well, it's Bona or Drummond. One of them has to be.
I think both of them will play.
Yeah.
Especially, obviously, if Joel's missing 30, 40 games. And I'm holding out hope that Jabari Walker's interesting. I think I know he's a good player. They got him on a 2-way, which is great. I think he's going to be useful at some point, especially in those Joel missing games. Maybe Drummond is completely cooked, and then Jabari becomes like the backup center rotation with Bona in games that Joel's not there. So let's say Bona. Let's say Bona and let's assume Drummond is just like $5 million dead weight.
Yeah. there is I'm putting a...
Don't you talk to me about Eric Gordon, Spike.
It's not about me.
Don't you fucking talk to me about Eric Gordon right now.
It's not about me. It's not about me.
Get him away from everything.
It's 23% chance that Eric Gordon is a rotation player.
This team is tailor-made to not play Eric Gordon.
I am telling you.
Maxey McCain, Grimes, Edgecombe.
I'm telling you, 23%.
It is locked in. There's nowhere for Eric Gordon to be? He shouldn't even show up to the gym.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's not about me.
Oh my God, dude.
I don't want it to happen. I'm just saying it'll happen.
Oh my God. If we went through all of last year,
yeah,
and then I get back and it's like Eric Gordon's getting 15 minutes a night, I'm gonna lose it, dude. We went through all this only for that to be the case again. You gave him a fucking player option, and then now you're gonna play him. Player option means he gets to sign the contract. Doesn't mean you have to play.
Yep. I'm telling you, there's a 23% chance.
Don't give him a play option. Ridiculous. If he plays, I know that it's going to happen. I'm going to be furious about it. That's another reason to sign Quentin Grimes. Jesus Christ. If Grimes walks or something.
Yeah, then there's definitely much higher than 21%, by the way.
I can't deal with this.
We'll get back to the, the survey in a second. A quick reminder. Fly the Process New Orleans. You can put down your deposit now. We're going to New Orleans. We did have a couple calls about it. We have to address those. Fly the Process New Orleans, February 20th to February 23rd. That is a Friday to a Monday. Here's the good thing. New Orleans is a very fun place. So if the Sixers suck, you still have a trip to a very fun place. What a win. We go with Fans of Philly. We always do. It is first class all the way. I mean, not literally first class. You'll be sitting in coach unless you ask Joe for first class, but everything's great. Tickets to the game, hotel right
first
near.
Class trip, not literally first class.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The flight is, I guess you could get first class. Joe could hook you up with that, but tickets to the game, flights, airport transfers, hotel right in the middle of the action in New Orleans. Pre-game party, which all your food and drink is covered. T-shirt. We take a picture on the court afterwards. A bunch of other bullshit we'll do that weekend. By the way, you can do the other bullshit we will do as a group. You also don't have to do any of that bullshit. There's something for everyone. If you want to go with your loved one and just have a good time in New Orleans, go to the game, you can do that. It is a $150 deposit to go, so you don't have to pay for the whole thing right away. If you need a trip that is not from Philly or you already live in New Orleans, you just want to buy tickets to the party and the game, you can do that. Just email Joe at fansofphilly.com. Rights to RickySanchez.com/fly. That's where you go for all the details. Rights to RickySanchez.com/fly. Now, we did name it the Big Difficult. We got a couple of calls, and also we got some thoughts about the. We were talking about having a caricature artist there, like it is CJ's bar mitzvah. I think that's how we got there. We started talking about bar mitzvah. 833 Lickface. We got a couple of calls here. Where do we go? There we go.
Hey, yo, Rory from Mount Airy here. Just listening to the most recent pod talking about going to New Orleans for Fly the Process, talking about the Big Difficult. That really doesn't have a nice ring, as you obviously mentioned already. What about a French translation? Le Grand Difficile. I'm sure I'm butchering that pronunciation. One has a little nicer ring than the Big Difficult, but the same meaning. Two, obviously connected to the French speaking and Louisiana Purchase, so on and so forth. It's whatever, who gives a fuck, honestly. But it's also a nice little nod to JoJo and his French speaking. And a bonus point for all of us, we get to hear Spike's French impersonation each week when you promote it, which obviously is ridiculous and fun. So what do you think? Le Grand Difficile, or however the hell you actually pronounce it.
He actually nailed it. Le Grand Difficile would be how you would say it. What do you think of that instead of the Big Difficult?
I think maybe both. I think you can call it whatever you want.
Oh. Well, I mean,
in any
we got to
language.
put something on the T-shirt. And
That's
CJ
true.
won't let us call it his fucking bachelor party or whatever. So,
Do you remember the playoff motherfucker shirts? So we had the censored version and the regular version. We
Yes.
can do like English versions and
Yeah.
Oh, and
one
French
for every
versions?
any language.
Ah.
Pop it in there.
yeah. Okay. All right. Next question. Again, rights to RickySanchez.com/fly. It'll be fun. All the trips are always fun. The Sixers are always sort of secondary, but rights to RickySanchez.com/fly. All right. We did by the way, I agree with you on all of the on the rotation caliber, except for the one Eric Gordon thing. Mm-hmm. Which of these should be a greater focus for the Sixers in 25-26 when it comes to lineups, roster building, and other decisions? Option 1, long-term development of teams' young players. Number 2, maximizing short-term chances of winning around stars.
I genuinely think the answer is both. I think it's not like you're going to be like, hey, Embiid's healthy. Let's get your Nybroom in there, though. Let's sit the big man down and let him play. I think like as far as stars go, you're talking Edgecombe and McCain. As far as new blood for that, everybody else, Edwards, Bona, Broom, whatever, they're going to play when they're worth playing. I think especially early, you got to make sure Edgecombe is getting minutes and being involved. I think that will help him get better. So then when later, if in a world where they're like, hey, we're the 4 seed right now or whatever, then you can a little bit go, all right, now winning is like the only thing that matters. Edgecombe will still have, and Edgecombe and the team will benefit from VJ getting those minutes early on and becoming more useful and playing through that stuff. So I think the answer is both. I think maybe early on, I think the season will dictate what it becomes. Like obviously if Embiid's playing like 9 games and Paul George isn't useful, then you pivot very quickly to like fully long-term development. But if they're both playing and the team's doing well, I think you can do both without too much trouble. It's not like you have an incredibly like raw player that needs a ton of minutes. That would be detrimental to winning, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think the bigger question is less about the biggest question is less about who is getting minutes. I agree with you. Either Janai Broom's going to be able to play or not. They're going to be too good to just throw guys in there to get the minutes. I think the bigger question becomes if you're at the deadline and there is a sufficient amount of promise there, do you make win now moves? And when I say sufficient amount of promise, I mean less than, oh my God, they're first in the East and crushing everybody, but more than, they're hovering around 500,
Well, I think if they're hovering around 500, that is where it becomes interesting. Like they're hovering around 500, they're the 7 seed. Embiid's played some, the team looks good without him. Like, what's a win now move even really look like? I mean, they're not going to trade Edgecombe, they're not going to trade McCain. I guess maybe they could trade McCain for something that's maybe not.
That
it wouldn't be win
better.
now. It's not like you're trading McCain for like DeRozan. But there could be a better fit trade type thing that they decide to do. But I would guess that there's not there. I mean, yeah, maybe you would trade. Maybe Justin Edwards would end up getting moved in a deadline deal if you're like, okay, they have a shot this year to be interesting as a playoff team. We'll trade
picks they can trade too.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden that Clippers pick, like
that's 2 Clippers picks.
No, it's 1 Clippers pick and one swap.
Right.
Yeah. So and just for clarity, we could trade our pick, which comes with the swap.
Yeah.
But we can't trade the swap.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast presented by Draftkings Sportsbook. Now, you might be listening to this on Monday, but we're recording this on Sunday. So we have Eagles, Rams, Draftkings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Eagles are still -3.5. I will say this though, the passing props as the week has gone on have gone up.
Yeah.
The over/under for Hurts passing yards like midweek or maybe beginning of the week was 190. It's up to 200.
Yeah.
And the AJ Brown receiving yards prop was 58.5 earlier this week. It's now at 70.
Wow.
So it feels a little bit like the Pittsburgh game last year.
Feed the big dog.
What's that?
Feed the big dog.
Yeah, that's what y'all wanted to see game, where we get one of those. So, yeah. I haven't seen the Rams at all this year. So
that's
Rams
why
are a good
football
team.
is so much weirder than any other sport because you really can just decide, like, this is what we're going to do. There's not like a basketball game where it'd be like, okay, we're going to give a Dembona 20 shots. But like you can throw it to AJ like every possession. You can just do it. Be like, he's gonna get 15 targets.
You definitely you can, and you wouldn't be doing the team a disservice at all if you did that each time. You can bet that stuff. You can bet anytime TD props. You can do same game parlays, all that stuff. Lines and odds, by the way, subject to change. So when you're hearing this, they might be different. If you bet $5, if you're a new customer, if you bet $5 and get 200, you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, you get over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. So you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. You must use code RTRS. You must. That code RTRS gets you $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet, plus over $200 in NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Got to be 21. See show notes for details. Okay, how much faith? Back to the survey. How much faith do you have in Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse being capable of leading the Sixers to a championship? From 1 to 5, 1 being no faith at all, 5 being complete faith.
Hard to answer because it's so much of it is inextricably linked to the team that is currently there. But if you can try to isolate just Daryl and Nick, I think you would have to say probably a 4. Like Nick has been a championship coach before, and Daryl has drafted incredibly well and been, aside from last year, been like a very relevant playoff team each year. And so, do they have to get lucky? Of course, like every team does. But I think if you take the Sixers out of it and just isolate the two of them, then I think you'd feel like they're, I think they have one of the, in the top, top 12 coach GM combinations in the league, probably.
Yeah, actually, we'll get to that in a minute. The ESPN did their future rankings again, where they did have, they ranked that. I think, yeah, I mean, they have to be. They have to be. Even considering the recent struggles. Yeah. The combination of Nurse and Morey has to be top 10, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Right? Last year was awful, and like Daryl's made mistakes, and the Paul George thing might be a huge mistake, and Nick was, far from his best last year. Maybe Daryl signing Embiid to an extra couple years, but like we'll talk about this when we get to that part. But like, there was a little bit of like, what else do you do aside from like fully embrace a rebuild? And so then if they embraced a rebuild, then it'd be like, well, how much faith do you have in them winning a championship? You'd also feel probably about the same.
Well, and this is within the context of a championship being. I'm addressing the question in the context of, is a championship at all possible? Within the context of this current Sixers situation,
sure, which is it probably isn't, but it's hard to isolate with these kinds of questions.
Yeah. Me. Which player would you rather have for the rest of their career, VJ Edgecombe or Jared McCain?
I'm gonna go Edgecombe. I like McCain. I'm excited about McCain. I think that McCain will spend his whole career proving people wrong. It's just so much easier to be a high-level player when you are as big and athletic as Edgecombe is. And McCain is always going to struggle athletically, physically, wingspan-wise. I think he's going to figure it out. I'm not saying I'm not excited about the rest of his career. I'm intrigued. Those 20 games or whatever were incredible, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it progresses from here. But Edgecombe athletically and the way he moves is like really, really special, and I'm excited to see what that looks like.
I'm going McCain. I've said it a bunch of times. Not anything against Edgecombe. I'm just probably unrealistically high on McCain after that short sample size. My very big into the eye test and passed the eye test with flying colors. And simply, I've seen him do it in the NBA. I haven't seen Edgecombe do it in the NBA. That is it doesn't sound like much, but I think it is. It is a lot. It's worth a lot to me. So I would go McCain, but I understand the context. I understand your selection there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm moments before we started this podcast, Mike O'Connor posted a "What if the Sixers are actually good" article.
Yeah, which we have been asking ourselves for a couple of episodes now. Yeah.
And it's exciting to think about, like, what if McCain is just really, really good and he's playing a role like, 28 minutes a night or something.
What if he's like Manu Ginobili?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it could be really exciting. And I know we're letting ourselves like believe with Joel, and we'll hope that Paul George shoots better than 27% from the corner. And there's a decent amount of talent on this team that if it all coalesces, that's really interesting. And McCain is someone that I'm very, very excited to see what it looks like. Even just a maxi bounce back year offensively would be really, really special.
Nice.
Like,
yeah,
this is why, I'm already pre talking about the ranking thing, but like, I think people are. It's a lot of recency bias type stuff.
Talking about what? Oh, the future ranking.
The future rankings.
Oh, yeah. How concerned are you about the idea of Tyrese Maxey becoming unhappy in Philadelphia? 1, not concerned at all, to 5, extremely concerned.
I would say maybe a 2. The only a 2 that's pretty close to a 1. He's great. He's the team is like being built in his image now, like as far as like culturally. I think McCain, Edgecombe, Bona, Broom are all like Edwards are all like very Maxey type players, and Embiid has certainly handed over the leadership mantle. If he ever, it was assumed that Joel would have it, even though he didn't want it for much of his career. And I think the Dotun ESPN article reveals a lot about that. I think the only issue would be like the sort of is Joel like lingering over the team in a way, and
yes,
and Daryl assumes like, well, if he's healthy, sort of like I do, if he's healthy, he's got to be the guy we cater to, and Maxey being like, we got to put this dude in the past, like he's never not going to be there, we can't win with him, and so maybe that could generate some frustration, but I'm not worried about that. I don't think.
I mean, to me, that's the only thing that can derail us having an interesting Sixer season is not even Embiid not playing, because I think Embiid not playing all year, we still have the possibility of a exciting and interesting Sixer season. No championship possibility, but at least exciting and interesting. The only thing that could really ruin the season is a fucking every night will he or won't he, you know, and we get 3/4 won't he's, you know. I'm
assuming that is already happening. That is like I'm baking that into
I you know, I think everybody just needs to grow up this year on that, and that's mostly an Embiid issue. It really is. It's mostly an Embiid issue. It's like either you're playing or you're not playing. Don't gamify it every night. You know, it's bad for the team. You could see it. It finally broke everyone last year. I think him not playing well was a large part of that. But you know, it's like just think of it from your own perspective. If you have, everybody's got the friend who won't commit to whether they're going to dinner or not. You know, I'll see what my schedule looks like, or I should be okay for that. One of those. It's like, just say whether you're going or not, man. I'm like at a 1 with the Tyrese Maxey. I'm generally not, I was never even worried about the Embiid stuff. If it happens, it happens. But I'm just generally not worried about people asking out and becoming unhappy. I'm more worried about the team being good, which at the end of the day is directly correlated to this. So what are you expecting from Paul George in his second season in Philadelphia? Here are the options. George returns to star caliber production, stays mostly healthy. George remains healthy and is much better than last season, but does not play like a star. George plays much better than last season when healthy, but again misses significant time. George has an extremely similar season to last, or George's play availability is even worse than last season.
Probably plays much better than last season when healthy, but once again misses significant time. Seems like that'd be the favorite here.
Yeah, 50 games from Paul George, something like that.
I mean, if he shoots better, that's everything else makes a lot more sense. The fact that he was just like missing shots and then had mallet finger made it tough. I mean, I don't think he's going to suddenly regain his burst on a consistent level. Maybe from time to time he'll like break somebody down and get to the basket. But really, you just want him to be a useful passer, shooting into the 40s off the catch, which he has done for almost all of his career, and playing like well above average defense, which he did last year, even though he was bad. So health wise, who knows? I think you got to bake in some injuries, but I think it's unrealistic to think that the guy that they acquired and is like going to be a star. I think we're well past that, I think.
All right. So here we have two more. On this one, Sixers Adam gives 3 franchise-altering ideas, and you have to say whether you're supportive of it, unsure, and see arguments on both sides, or against it. All right. First franchise-altering idea. Trading Tyrese Maxey to build around a backcourt of Jared McCain and VJ Edgecombe.
It would very much depend on. This is why I can't give radio answers. It would just depend on what you're getting back from him. You know what I mean? You can't
Giving
just
an
say,
answer
like, yes.
is not a radio answer.
No, I wasn't saying in like the way. I was saying like I would see why a radio host would not want me on.
Right. Okay, that's
more
fair.
the case.
That's fair. Yes. Okay.
But yeah, I would say like I can see the logic of it in a world where the guy we're getting back is very useful and matches McCain Edgecombe fit and timeline and upside and all that stuff. I'm not saying I would do it, but I could see the argument.
All right, so you see arguments on both sides. Yeah. I also see arguments on both sides. It would have to be, look, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
It would have to be, and I don't think there's enough information now, by the way, to, like, I think if Embiid is collapsing, if Embiid looks like he's never going to play, it becomes more attractive, So
yeah, if it was before the Magic signed acquired Desmond Bane, I was looking at Franz Wagner as a maxi flip piece, and that would be something that I would be intrigued by.
All right, trying to use Jared McCain as a sweetener to shed Joel Embiid or Paul George's contract in a trade.
Absolutely not.
Against the idea.
Fully 100%. Not a chance.
Yeah.
No reason to do it.
Yep.
There's just you're stabbing yourself in different directions. It's just saying like, hey, let's make the present worse because give ourselves less upside right now with Embiid possibly getting healthy, which is even if that upside is small, that's you're cutting yourself upside wise. You're not winning a championship if you trade Embiid this season. Maybe you're not anyway, but if there's a 0.05%, whatever.
Yeah.
And also you're trading McCain, who's going to be helpful this season. And then you're spiting the future because you're saying the guy that Jared McCain becomes, we're not interested in that because we want to get off the salary. I think it's awful. I think anyone suggesting this is really being both nearsighted, short-sighted, far-sighted, wrong in every direction.
Wow. Well, nearsighted and farsighted.
Yes, both. Can't see
so that would
near,
be blind.
far, or I think relatively blind. Yeah, maybe in a middle distance you can see something, but it's not very good.
That'd be tough to be both near and farsighted. The Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast is brought to you by MortgageCS. I don't know if I was going to make some sort of nearsighted or farsighted joke, but then I decided not to. You got to carry it here, Mike. I got to cough.
Well,
say something
interesting. Yes, they got plenty. They can see the future, and they can see your future, which will be a nice mortgage rate.
There you go. MortgageCS. I'm always so happy when we get an email about any of our sponsors, but the MortgageCS emails are always the same. Are always, wow, this was exactly how you said it would be. And there was a lot of pressure on me because I had not used MortgageCS. I only knew Alec and Ben until my last house. And then I saw the difference too. It is night and day between MortgageCS and any other mortgage broker in just about every way. The communication, I think, is the most important part of it in how invested they are in making sure that you feel good about everything, how you understand how everything's working, the cadence of their responses. If I email you with 3 questions, email me with the responses to 3 questions guy. And Alec and Ben and their team are awesome. Spent time on the phone with both those guys talking through, when to commit to a rate, all those sorts of things. So they are 100% awesome. I cannot recommend them enough. It is important to start with MortgageCS. Now, if you haven't already and you would like to give them a call for second rate, second opinion, you can always do that. But what can happen if you don't start with MortgageCS is you can get talked into another mortgage broker from maybe the selling realtor or your realtor, or you get 2 down the line and you feel nervous moving away from them. If you're thinking about buying a house in the next 12 months, I would say start with MortgageCS now. They can get all your documentation ready. You can have all the conversations early. And that way you're ready to go when you're ready to bid. They're available morning, noon, night, weekends, whenever you need them. They've been doing more credit card consolidations more than ever. So if you've got a lot of debt, it's not worth keeping your 3% rate. If it's stopping you from saving and being financially secure, they can help you with that too. And home supply doesn't seem like it's changing anytime over the next however year, 2 years, 3 years. So your mortgage, there's so much competition to get a house. Your mortgage broker is really, really important, and having somebody like MortgageCS on your side is a big advantage. You can call or text Ben, the CEO of MortgageCS, at any point. This is his direct cell, as many people have learned, 267-391-7425. That is 267-391-7425. You go to mortgagecs.com/Ricky, set up a consultation there. You can see all their Google 5-star reviews. There's hundreds of them. This advertisement is not a commitment to lend or extend credit. MortgageCS is an equal housing opportunity mortgage broker. All loans are subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions may apply. Company NMLS 1464766. Visit mortgagecs.com/Ricky for more information. All right. Final big franchise altering idea from Sixers Adam. Trading picks owed by the Clippers, 2028 unprotected first round pick, 2029 top 3 protected first round pick swap rights to find short-term rotation upgrades. So trading either the Clippers pick or your own pick to get a short-term rotation upgrade. Supportive of the idea, unsure against the idea.
If you're qualifying it as a short-term rotation upgrade, I would say absolutely not. Someone who's like slightly better than Oubre, like I would say no. No way.
Well, short-term could be much better though. So
yeah, I'd still say no. Someone that would need to be, if they're expiring.
How good would the team need to be for you to do that at the deadline?
It just needs to be somebody that like is here for more than half a season to trade either of those picks. Like the Phillies trading for Duran, the fact that he has team control next season also it makes it more useful for me. But I'm not trading anybody. I'm not trading those picks this season for just 3 months of George Hill. Like I just can't. You can't do it.
Well, certainly not for George Hill.
Yeah.
And then final question. Get creative. What is one bold prediction you have for the 25,
get creative.
26,
Sixers
60,
Adam
and
imploring
please give numerical answers only.
Bold prediction? 18. Bold prediction for the Sixers. I mean, I guess my bold prediction is that Trendon Watford starts.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
My bold prediction said Jared McCain makes the All-Star team.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's exciting.
It's pretty bold. It seems really bold. A lot of things would have to happen for that to happen. So ESPN does the franchise future rankings every year. It includes players. Here are the categories. They rank players, the players you have, the money situation, your draft situation moving forward, the market, and your management. So the Sixers last year were ranked number 4. This year, they are ranked number 19. Here's what Tim Bontemps says. A year ago, Philadelphia had the best free agent signing in Paul George and hoped that this would finally be the season for a breakthrough in the Eastern Conference. Instead, it turned into a disaster with Joel Embiid barely playing and Paul George missing half the season because of injuries and Philadelphia plummeting to where it kept its top 6% protected first-round pick. All of this led to the biggest drop of any team in this year's rankings, but everything in Philly hinges on whether Embiid and George can stay healthy this season. The Sixers owe them over $100 million over the next 3 years. Players they had ranked 19th, money 23rd, draft 14, market 14, management 16.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's low. I think 4 last year was probably high, and 19 this year is low.
Yeah.
Last year, Joel had already hurt his meniscus, was already playing like not like himself on the Olympic team, and they signed Paul George, who already has a reputation for being injury prone and being old. So 4 last year, and it's borne out, was very clearly too high. I think 19 is like crazy low and shouldn't be the case. Because even if you this is sort of the same answer as the trading McCain as a sweetener thing. But like, if you believe Embiid and Grimes or Embiid and Paul George are done, then okay, you just sit on them for 3 years and eventually they expire, and you let Maxey, Edgecombe, McCain, who is and a couple interesting other young rotation pieces, you let them be the centerpiece of the team and watch them grow together, and that's compelling and useful, and I think one of the best young guard rotations in the league.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
So,
I'm looking at the
whatever.
rest of the teams ahead of them. So number 1 is the Thunder. Yes, we agree. Number 2 is the Rockets. Yes, we agree. 3 is the Knicks. Yes, we agree. 4 the Cavs. Yes, we agree. Number 5, the Clippers.
That's crazy.
Well, what are we talking
That's
now?
insane.
They have a huge market advantage. They give
The Clippers at 5 is insane.
They have them ranked number 2 in the management category. Now they
That's
have
crazy.
Ty Lue. They have a great head coach.
Sure.
but what are we talking about here? So
Is this from a different planet? When
yeah, I'm making
when,
sure
like,
I'm
the-
looking at this year. Yes, I'm
when
looking at this year.
when did it get released? This is like days ago.
No, yeah, this was September 16th.
This is wild, man. That's
Yeah.
that's a wild pick. Maybe they had already solidified it before Pablo's reporting, but like you can't rank them.
I don't even care about the reporting. But put the
Even
reporting away
even
for a
without the
second.
reporting, this is like way too high.
Yeah.
Kawhi and Harden are as old and injury prone as Embiid and Paul George.
Well, Harden's never not injury prone,
But he's
old.
certainly
Yeah.
has like a,
at this
his-
point in his career, yeah.
as far as he's the worst defender of the 4, and
Yes.
as his burst continues to wane, that will be affected more because he's shorter and worse on defense.
Like, so they say the Clippers are under investigation for salary cap circumvention. If the allegations are proven true, the penalties will have significant impact on where they stand in the rankings. I can understand that you have to rank them one way or the other, so they're ranking them without it, and then
Sure, I guess. I mean, it's a bit like this person is on, is potentially going to get the death penalty, but they'd actually be a really good boyfriend. It's like, I think you got to factor it in that like they might die. Like,
yeah. I guess that's what makes this. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well just say that, say Joel Embiid's going to play or he's not going to play.
totally,
Right,
it's
yeah.
the same shit.
Yeah, but even without this, I don't even think it's true without it. They don't have.
That's
their
a
own-
wild. That's a wild ranking.
They've traded every pick they can. They're 2
and
stars.
they might get docked more picks because of the situation.
Yeah, like okay. Number 6 is the Warriors. I mean, I don't.
It's also very high.
Yeah. Now they have a better. fairness, they have better market than to attract players. Absolutely, better current players. Absolutely, but also okay. 7 is the Magic. We're good with that. 8 is the Lakers. They have Luka, so fine. 9 is the Nuggets. Fine. Spurs. Fine.
9 feels low for the Nuggets. I would put them higher than a bunch of Nuggets. Nuggets lower than the Clippers, I think, is kind of insane.
Well, it's weird because the Jokic is what, 31, 30, 31, something like that. They don't have, if you're talking about future, I guess they don't have a lot of, they don't have any young players really.
Yeah, I mean, certainly their core and window is tied to Jokic and will be. But as far as the next 5 years, like for the next 5 years, I'd rather be the Nuggets than the Clippers.
Yes,
That
for
seems
sure.
insane.
Spurs ahead of us, that's fine. Timberwolves ahead of us, that's fine. Hawks,
Yeah,
a lot of
really
young
like the Hawks
players.
offseason. Yeah,
Yep. Celtics, fine. The Heat,
that's wild.
are we sure?
I think this is an overcorrection based on last year. They
Yeah.
feel like embarrassed and that they put the Sixers at 4, and they're like, we're not going to be fooled again, so let's just bury them.
Well, I also think when you look at I wonder if the rank is just a combination of the other ranks because they have the management at 3, which is fine, and the market at 5, which is fine. Players 18, which is close to us.
But players need to be
yeah.
weighted more than that.
But also players, I would argue how do they have better players from a current and future perspective than the Sixers do?
They don't.
They don't.
They really don't.
Pacers at 15, fine. Mavericks at 16.
Well, flag.
What's that? Oh, flag. Oh, I forgot about flag. Oh, right. Grizzlies. I don't even know who's on the Grizzlies anymore, except for
Grizzlies ahead of us.
Yeah, and the Pistons.
This is like spiteful. Like they're trying to spite the Sixers, which I'm fine with.
we
They should be
always-
spited in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. But I think
Yeah.
this is, if you're looking at this objectively, I do think that this is like entirely wrong.
Yeah, I think we're owed the spite. I think that's fine.
Yeah,
They
that's fine.
actually-
I'm fine with that.
Why don't we do this? Final email.
Can I tell the Alyssa coed basketball story?
Oh yes, you play in this one, right?
I play in this one.
Yeah.
I play like this. I don't play like that. When I play, I'm pretty intense.
Mike playing basketball.
I'm in my prime. Honestly,
Sign me. So going into this game, we were 6-1. In a 10-team league, the top 4 teams make the playoffs, so we're guaranteed a playoff spot.
Okay.
But if you are the 1 seed, which we would have been if we won this game, the first round playoff game, not tomorrow but next week, is at 6:00, which is just really early in LA to get to a game. So
6:00 p.m. Oh, because it's during the week.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so we were like a little bit like we would rather get in the 2-3 game and then play at 7.
Yeah.
We didn't try to throw the game, but I was just saying it's not bad that we lost, basically. This game that we were playing last week was at 10 p.m. A rec league basketball game at 10 p.m., which is just simply too late to be doing it. I think there were some cancellations or whatever, and the league is trying to like fit it all in. Anyway, playing a team, and they're hitting some crazy shots. We're better than them, but they like banked in like 3 threes. It was pretty wild. And we were missing some guys.
Wait, now just to clarify, you wanted to lose this game?
We played to win.
Okay.
But it's not bad that we lost.
Okay.
So we're now in like kind of better position for the playoffs, so that to have more people show up in time and not be like, oh, I couldn't get out of work in time.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going back and forth. It's a good game. It's a close game. Alyssa has a really nice cut. I find her for a bounce pass. She finishes at the rim. It was nice. It was cool. It was good to see that. We're working on that. Apparently that's called, in lesbian leagues, it's called a honey pass, when the partners are passing to each other. Pass it to your honey. And so now on this co-ed team, it's called a honey pass. Me to Alyssa. Very nice. And she finished well.
Lesbian leagues? They're full.
Well, like, or just I guess with like gay women on the team together.
On female team.
Because there's more often in women leagues. There's like they're playing on the same team as their partner.
Okay.
Only happens there's nobody else in this league I don't think that is married to their partner. Maybe there is. Okay. Well, I guess I should ask around. So we're going back and forth, and there's some bad calls. This league is like, it's a very, very casual league. We don't even have like numbers on the back of the jersey. It's like they're not counting. It's like it's pretty lax.
Okay.
There's 2 refs. One of them is like the ref in charge, and the other one is like a kid, like a fucking like kid who's like seems very anxious.
Okay.
He makes a really bad call on an out of bounds call. I'm standing right there. The ball bounced inbounds, and then someone on their team touched it out of bounds. It was like very, very bad. Okay. I was like watching it, and then they call it the other way. So I was like, okay, trying to like gather myself, whatever. We're down 2 with like a minute left or something. Me and Alyssa are like trying to like tell the ref like, hey, he's out, whatever. And then a girl on the other team starts jawing at Alyssa, calling her some names, telling her to shut the fuck up, you, this and that. And then Alyssa was like, she's not allowed to.
B? Did we get a B in
all
there?
of them. Some B's, some C's, like all of them.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And it felt like it escalated quite quickly.
Okay.
And so Alyssa's now like heated about that. I mean, like, you're supposed to, like, that's supposed to be a technical foul if the ref hears that. She didn't hear it, whatever. So we're down to like under a minute left. We're pressing to try to get the ball back. I knocked the ball away in the backcourt. And the ball goes skittering away, and I dive for it, land on the ball, and turn over and try to call a timeout. They don't give me the timeout. Other guys on the other team like jump on me, dive on the ball, and we are now like holding the ball in a very clear tie up on the ground. And all of us after a second do the thing where we're like, okay, that's a jump ball. Like we'll stop moving. They don't call the jump.
They just let you guys fight over the ball.
So then we like pause for a second and be like, it's weird that they jump, all of us. Like, it's weird that they haven't called the jump yet. And then we start like wrestling again, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It was like 8 seconds of that. And it was very, very bizarre. Everyone on my team was like very confused.
It's like the bottom of a football pile.
Yes, it was very, very weird. Eventually they called the jump after like an egregious amount of time. And then I get up and I'm like heated. We're all heated, whatever. And it's like, what the fuck is that? Why would it take you so long to call the jump? And the ref goes like, I can do whatever I want, which is such an interesting thing to say. And Alyssa at this point, because from that, and she was like worried about me at the bottom of this pile, I was fine. And those guys that jumped on me were totally fine. They were nice guys, no problem with that. But she was worried I was getting like hurt underneath there or whatever. And so she like kind of loses it and goes like at this ref is like, what the fuck are you doing? You're awful. You're terrible. And so he tees her up, which only makes her more mad. And she just keeps talking. I'm like, all right, it's cool. It's all good. We're fine. Whatever. Trying to get there. But she's between the girl not hearing her, the ref not or the girl calling her names, the ref not doing anything about that, the ref not calling the whistle, and then teeing her up. She kind of just loses it. And then by the end of the game, the ref goes, don't come back.
Whoa.
Don't come back to this league. And Alyssa's like, you're going to need to write me a formal email if you're trying to kick me out of the league. And so it's just like, you're banned from the league. And it's like, you're not in charge. Are you in charge? Do you have the qualifications to ban me? Are you in charge of that? It was like she was like pretty fired up about this guy because he was just like disrespecting her and being like, I can do whatever I want. Like,
what are you doing as her husband? What a weird position for you to be in.
Well, at
right
first
there.
I was also screaming at the ref, as
Okay.
people that listen to this podcast can guess. And then when she got teed up, I was like, all right, let's not like, the game's still happening here. So let's try to like, guide her away from the situation. So I was like trying supportive, but de-escalating. Was what I was trying to do.
All right.
And it pretty quickly went from, because this game didn't matter, it pretty quickly went from like me being fired up to me like a little bit laughing at how mad Alyssa got at this, and how she was really giving it to this ref. And so the playoffs are in a week. And
what is Alyssa banned or is she?
Well, they
not
haven't
banned?
sent an email, so I think she's going to try to show up and see. She's like, you're going to have to fucking say something to me. I'm going to mad dog you the whole time. So,
dude, if she gets banned from the league for fighting with the referee, what a great moment that would be. I know.
I'm pretty proud of her, man.
Yeah,
because she's from LA. She's from here, and when I talk to people, I'm like, she is Philadelphia. I don't know how it happened, but she is like ready to go at all times, like a lot of times more than I am. And so this was an example. Jake Pavorsky was there. He could tell you the story. And so Jake was like, I loved every second of it. And so it was good, man. She was fired up. So I'm proud of her. Potentially banned. I've never been banned from the league, so the fact that Alyssa might be is pretty cool.
Draymond Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a Draymond Alyssa. So we'll see. Well, I'll let you know how the playoffs goes if she shows up and they say she can't play.
She can't play. Oh man. What the referee shows we got this picture. This is you. You're on the banned list.
Crazy. Yeah. So
all right. The 10th August rolls on. We'll talk to you later this week. Hopefully something happens. Look, we're 2 weeks away from a Sixers game. So from a preseason Sixers game. So we're almost at the end of the road.
And hey, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Let's keep winning and pissing everybody off.
Well, I would like if they win and don't piss anybody off today.
Well, at least piss like the rest of the league off for doing
yes.
push.
Tush push stuff, I'm fine. Let's throw for 246, get AJ 9 catches and 132 and a touchdown. Yeah.
We got it.
Let's.
And if you're listening to this and they've already lost,
sorry. That's on us. Yeah.
That's our bad. But whatever, man. They won Super Bowls, won by 1,000, 2-0.
No,
they're 2-0 and they just won the Super Bowl by 1,000. I'm still good. I'm good for a while, dude. You're not going to break me out of this at all.
I'm not trying to break you. I'm just telling you that everyone else is broken. So we'll talk to you next time.
Are
you done with TTP?
Yeah, like face.